guys. I was avoiding the camera in that thumbnail because I hate taking the thumbnail pictures. I think it's ridiculous. I'm not a selfie taker, so it feels like taking a selfie. So before you start a live video, it says like smile for your thumbnail or something like that. It takes a thumbnail picture. I don't smile for, like, it doesn't work out well for me. So that explains that. Okay, so I wanted to talk about the kitchen because the kitchen is done. Remember how like the headboard took me, oh, my arms are sore, like months. Like I'm like, yeah, I bought the wood, and it like sat right here in front of me for months. And then finally, like, I just did it. Well, the kitchen, I bought the paint and I did it. It was like next day, like 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, week, and it was done. Oh, buddy, I want to talk about the project because I shared the video and it was like just little tiny bits. Like here they are as I'm sanding them, and here they are as I put the first piece of paint on, and here I am putting the hardware on, and oh, it's done. Like, it's great. I want to talk to you guys about this process. So, my boyfriend was out of town last week, and I'm like, I'm going to tackle this project, and I'm going to do it, and I'm just going to get it done. And I didn't even want him to be a part of it because I'm a butthead. He was just like, I don't know why, like, I don't know why you would spend your time on that. I don't know why you'd spend your money on that. Who cares? It's just our house. Like, I like to spend my money on the house and on vacations. He likes to spend his money on cars and vacations. Like, we meet in the middle on vacations, which is perfect. And then other things get attended to because it's the other person's interest. Like the other day, he's like, I want to change the wheels in the car. And it's like, I don't care. Like, I care as much about that as you cared about the cabinets. He's like, good, we understand each other. I'm like, yep, rock on. It's just kind of, it works for us. So, yeah, he did not care at all. So if people are wondering what he thought of it, he was like, looks good. Like, sure. Like, it's fine. Like, it looked fine before, it looks fine now. Like, he doesn't have that sort of reaction there, which is funny because he's like the fashionista in the relationship too, so you would think. But yeah, that's the kitchen. So he doesn't care. So to answer that popular question, he could care less. It took me a solid week. And when I say a solid week, I mean every single split second that I wasn't working or at work, I was working on the kitchen. So it was, I totally like feel awful. I like neglected my kids. I'm like, you guys can help. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna go play with our friends. And I'm like, yeah, I don't blame you. I go ahead. I wouldn't want to do it either. But like they did help me with like the sanding process and stuff like that. And yeah, it was just I had Game of Thrones deadline. So it was like, I have to get this done before a Game of Thrones party because we're hosting a party of like 15 or 16 people, and I don't want them to be in my kitchen with the cabinet doors off and crap all over the place. It was motivation for sure. But it was a lot of 2:30, 3 a.m. mornings. I skipped some workouts last week because of it. Because I mean, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna wake up in 3 hours and go to the gym. I'm like, that's not gonna happen. So they were all invested in the project too, because they're like, how's it going? Like, what have you done now? What have you done today? Every single freaking minute I was working on those bad boys. So it was it seemed like a really fast turnaround. Like, I'm gonna do this, and then a week later it's done. But it was a lot of work. It was a lot more work than I thought, which I knew it was gonna be a lot. The hardest part for me was the hardware. Because, and I have one more hardware video to show, and that's on the cabinet drawers. My cabinet drawers varied so much. Our cabinets are so cheaply made. They're just crappy manufacturer cabinets that size, like on the cabinet fronts. Sorry about that. I got a phone call. It's a stupid telemarketing call. What is it? This is Amber from Social Security Disability. That's what she says every time. And I keep blocking the numbers, but they still just keep coming through under different numbers. It's making me crazy. And I believed it the first time because it's like this sweet old lady voice. Ticks me off. Anyways, these they were so different. So I found some really fast ways to like find centers and to do things. So I have one more I'm going to show. They're kind of boring. I think they're more of like a general YouTube search sort of a thing for when you have crappy cabinets. And you can't just create a one-size-fits-all template because you just can't. Oh, an Amber Alert. Maybe. I don't know. I don't normally get phone calls for that. So, anyways, that was that project. I'm so glad it's done. I am so happy with it. Like there's so much more overall joy in my kitchen now. And here's the biggest surprise of the entire thing. My kitchen's brighter. Somebody said, they're like, oh, it's much too dark now. But really, truly, when you're in the space, every person who's been in it's like, whoa, it gets brighter now. I don't know how that's happened. I don't know if it's because I took kind of a darker beige wall. I was seeing if I had a color to kind of point at, but I don't. A darker beige wall. Oh my God, this question is unbelievable. I'm sorry. But I made it white. I used White Duck by Sherwin-Williams, and it is so much brighter in the kitchen now. And I didn't even paint all the walls. I just painted like around the cabinets. And for some reason, I also installed the under cabinet lighting. That helped much too, I think. Not just like in general, but just while you're working, it's just nice to have it in the kitchen. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna do a video talking about like all the little bits of decor and like where I got things, because I've had a lot of questions about that. I did it on a budget. Originally I was like, oh, it's gonna cost me $250. Like I think it'll be $250. Yeah, paint and supplies were $250. I went to TJ Maxx and spent $250 on like decor pieces. So that was and not just TJ Maxx, but like I think I spent one or two, it was like a $500 project. So the entire kitchen to have the lights and the hardware and the paint on the wall, and then a few of the little decor pieces, and then like the little tray that I bought, and some organizational things for in the cabinets. And there's a lot more than just, you know, that, but I think it was just under $500 to do the entire thing. So not bad for completely changing the look of the kitchen. I mean, it is a huge change. We have a friend who came over from the Game of Thrones. He was there for the Game of Thrones night, and he walked in and he was like, oh my gosh. He's like, you're motivating me. And his partner was like, no, we're not doing this. He's like, no, I think I'm gonna do it. He's like, no, you'll start it and then I'll have to finish it. So I have a couple of friends now who are like, I really want to do it. Will you come do it for me? Like no, I'm sorry. As much as I love it, I don't love it that much. It was a one-shot deal. I'm so glad it's done. There are no more unfinished cabinets in our house. They are all done, and I couldn't be happier. I have 2 extra pieces of hardware. I'm gonna put those in the laundry room. So that's the last little thing I have to do with anything relating to cabinets in this house, thankfully. Okay, I'm gonna read through some of these comments really fast, so I'm sorry. I'm good. Yeah, the kitchen is, would you ever sell and move from this house? We have a very long-term, the answer is no. We're not looking to sell or move. But both of us are like, it would be awesome to go live on a ranch and have just land, not really animals, but just space. So I don't know that would ever happen, because I think by the time we'd actually want that to happen, we'd just want to go buy a sailboat and, you know, live in the Caribbean. But we're not moving, but it's good. And in fact, I asked a few friends, I was like, do you think like if we were to sell this, like the realtor would be like, oh, this is a nice upgrade, and this is exactly how I worded it to my friends, or do you think the realtor would say, those need to be changed? But luckily everybody's been like, no, like it's good. So thankfully, because I really, I was scared. Like when I told him, I'm like, I'm gonna paint our cabinets green, and he was just like, let's think about this. Yeah. All right. Pakistan, that's so cool. No, I'm good. Poor Drakey came home sick yesterday. He had a 101 fever, but he was fine, like right after I got him home, and loved on him. I tried to hold him down, but he was not having it. He's like, I'm fine. Noticed your previous videos. Okay, do I ever cover his mouth? No, I don't cover his mouth. It was like a one little tiny thing that I did a couple times in a few videos, and oh my gosh, it was like not 10 years ago. It's been 10 years with Drake, or Deacon. 7 years ago, 6 years ago. Let it go, people, let it go. Oh my God, who gives a shit? It's ridiculous. At this point, it's just an absolute joke. It's like, it's so long ago. Like, it would be like, oh, do you still, you know, put the cap on your kid's toothpaste from 6 years ago? Like, it's just stupid. where do we learn how to do all these home improvements? I don't really. I'm not on Pinterest. I don't watch anything. I don't watch any TV that has them. I just kind of, and I think that's probably why some of the stuff I do is so different, is because it just comes to me. Like the cabinets, I've been staring at those puppies for 4 years, just waiting for the inspiration to come to me. And it just did, and I just ran with it. No, yeah, the kitchen, I was very happy with that. Okay, and I'm going to talk about Easter here in a second. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but your kitchen's probably so nice. You probably have nice cabinets. I don't have nice cabinets. They just look pretty. They're not nice. Oh, moved to Scotland. My boyfriend had a job offer in England, and we thought about it for a minute. Like, really thought about it. Thank you guys. Okay. Yeah, the earrings. Somebody spoils me sometimes. Okay, and the kids' Easter baskets. I had to hide this within this video because I'm just afraid like now there might be, I have to like put a whole bunch of boring adult things in the front of a video and then I'll hide the Easter stuff here in the back of it. Okay, so I'm gonna go finish the Easter shopping right now, and here in just a few minutes I'm gonna go finish the Easter shopping at least. I am in Deacon's Easter basket. Instead of kind of the traditional stuff this year, I just picked a few things that I thought they really would like or that they really want. So there was a specific Lego set Drake wanted. It wasn't even an expensive one. It was like $17 one, but it has a net shooter. He really wants the net shooter. So I got him that, and then I got him some more just like basic builder box, like just basic Legos. And that's what's in his. In Deacon's, I got him a wax melt making kit. So it is basically just, he has like a wax warmer that he just loves. I don't love them, but he loves them. So I'm running with that for him. And I got him like the trays where you can put so basically we can just put the wax into the trays. He can, put essential oils in them or whatever I don't know, it came with a whole bunch of stuff too. So he can make his own wax melts. So he's into that kind of stuff. He's really into like those chemistry kits, those MEL chemistry kits. He's really into those. He's really into like any sort of do-it-yourselfy sort of thing. So I got him that. He really wants a grappling hook. So I didn't get him the grappling hook. I got him some other like outdoorsy multi-tool things. So he's going to be getting those. And then, just a little chocolate bunny and some of this like candy thing that they really like that I never buy them. It's like gum. My mom's bought it for him a couple times. It's gum, and you put like sour goo on the gum. You eat that. So I got him each one of those because I don't normally buy those for them. So the bunny's getting them those. I'm trying to think. I feel like there was something else. Oh, and I got Deacon. In fact, I got all the kids, like my friends' kids and, my boyfriend's kids and everybody else. And Deacon too, these fun little storage containers with like a ton of washi tape in them, which seems like such a silly sort of a gift, but Deacon's always like stealing my cute tape. And then I know all the girls in my life love washi tape for like their notebooks and their binders and things like that. So, yeah, that was the other thing that I got him. One of my favorite things to put in Easter baskets are things like crayons and coloring books, which unfortunately we're sort of out of that. I also really like to do like watercolor paint and chalk, water balloons, just things to kind of kick off spring. I'm trying to think, there was something else that I wanted to get them. Oh, I bought those water balloon sets at Costco, but they found them before I could hide them, and they've already used like 2 of them. I'm like, guys, it's 60 degrees outside. They're like, it's so warm though. I'm like, it's 60 degrees. Like, save them for when it's 103 degrees. But no, they've got to play with them now. The first time we see the sun, and they're like, let's, have a water balloon fight. Come on, people, crazy kids. Let me see here. Yeah, my kid was 2 Barbies after Christmas sale. Yes, a water bottle. Oh, water bottles are a good idea. She wanted. Yep, Band-Aids. I get that. Chocolate bunny, Peeps on a stick. Those are cute, aren't they? The Peeps on a stick. I bought those for them. I bought them after Valentine's Day, and I put them in their lunches recently. It was like Peeps on a stick. I took them off. There was like 4 Peeps on the stick. I took them off and put them in their lunches one day just for fun. that was a neat thing. This is really good stuff. I bought this at Trader Joe's the other day, if you saw it in my haul. It's their rose oil ultra moisturizing hand cream. This stuff's amazing. It's like so thick. My hands are so dry from doing yard work. I'm like just and doing all the sanding and stuff, and then, you know, cleaning the cabinets and painting. Just my hands are always dry to begin with, so whenever I do anything like extra, they get really bad. So I'm on the West Coast. Do you have an angry rabbits at Easter? Hot cross buns. That's a cute one. I think on Easter, my parents are in Hawaii, jerks, and let's see, my sister has to work, so she's at her house, so it's just me, and my boyfriend doesn't have his kids, so it's just me and the boys and my boyfriend, and we're gonna go golfing on Easter. I know that sounds crazy. We're gonna do, you know, Easter stuff in the morning, and then we're gonna spend the day golfing. So I think it'll be really good. It's my favorite family activity ever, is to golf with my family. We love it. Absolutely love it. We just have a great time, and there's no phones, and we're outside, and we're playing a game together. It's amazing. Some of us kids have, does it work as a, are you still talking about covering kids' hand with your mouth? I'm gonna block you. This is ridiculous. It's just such a, oh my gosh. No, I don't. Because my kids, for the most part, not always, because they're still kids, pretty good about knowing when to be noisy or not noisy. Because they're older kids now. Gosh, I was looking at Deacon this morning. I went in to wake him up, and he like sat up in bed. I'm like, you're like a big person now. Like, he's huge. And I'm just like, look at the size of your head. Like, you're just such a big person now. And he's like, no, I'm still small. I'm like, well, yeah, but you're like, there's so much of you. Like, his legs are so long, and like his knees are so big, and just like parts, oh, okay. Like, wait, what? Like, just parts of him are just so, you can just tell, like, he's just growing, and like his hands and some of his fingers, like the width of his fingers are the same size as mine now, and it's just like, what happened? Like, you're so big. And then even Drake yesterday, when he's laying on the couch, he's like, Mom, look at how tall I am. Look at my feet way down there. I'm like, I know, you guys are getting so big. Like, what in the world happened? Like, how is that? Yeah. I don't think my kids are going to be very tall. Their dad, I'm not tall at all. Their dad is like maybe 5'10", I think is how tall he is. I don't know, for sure, but he's not super tall. His brother, though, is over 6 foot. My dad's not very tall, but my dad's dad was over 6 foot. So it's hard to say, like, how tall, but I don't think my kids are going to be very tall, but they're still going to be taller than me. And, like, Deacon's, like, where is he at? He's to my shoulder, maybe a little higher now. It's like, oh my gosh, like, he's going to be so much taller than me so soon. It's so weird. Heather, that's the span that I am now with my, my boyfriend. We're 13 inches apart. I always joke. I'm like, that's what online dating gets you. Somebody who's so tall. Oh, Fraser, sorry. Anyways, I think that's it. That's all I want to talk about. I just wanted to talk 5 7. Yeah, I think my babies will probably be about that when it averages out, right? I don't know. Who knows? Genes are such a trip. You just look at my kids and their coloring differences, and you can tell that they are just so different. So who knows? I'm 5'2", so I'm short. And, you know, it just is what it is. I don't really care. I've never really thought twice about it. So, yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go work now. Not that I want to. And then I have to go to Target. How tragic. I try to stay out of that store for all the normal reasons. So my mom asked once why I was blue. She said it's in the genes. Yes, I should tell that one to Drake, Mr. Blue Eyes. Poor kid. Luckily my niece is blonde hair with blue eyes. So he's like, yeah, like I belong now. Because my sister, she's got lighter-ish hair but really dark eyes, and then I and their dad don't look anything like we'd carry blonde hair, blue-eyed genes. And meanwhile, Drake is like, it's so fair. He tans up nicely, I'll give him that. But his blonde hair, and it's starting to get lighter again. and his blue eyes, and he's just like, I don't look like anybody. I'm like, oh buddy, I know, but thankfully he looks a lot like my niece. They actually look like twins in some of their baby pictures. Like you can put them side by side and you're like, whoa, who is who? Drake, and yeah, thankfully for his sake. So anyways, I guess that's it. A dartboard we want to get a new dartboard now that we are going to have our loft area back. We're going to turn it into like back into a gaming area, sort of put the video game console up there, and we had a dartboard up there, or we could just put it back up, I guess. Stuff like that. And it's spring sports time, so my office is full of 4 sets of golf clubs right now, and then our bowling balls, which is just hilarious, and because it's not even, it's just some random thing that we picked up. And then what else is in there? I was just talking about this morning. Soccer stuff and softball stuff. Like, this is just, I'm like, we should just gut the office and just make it a sport room. Why not? Because it's all that's ever in there. I have to like maneuver through sporting stuff to get to my desk, and no matter how many times we organize it, it's just always ends back up there. We bought a shed. It needs to be put together. We have to get the cement poured first, but we got a shed, and we are going to put the shed up, and that'll be nice. Soccer is so fun. It's such a fun sport to watch. Drake needs a little work on his footwork, but man, he is fast. I need to put that kid in track and field. He is so fast. He doesn't have really much control over the ball, but he can outrun everybody, so that's cool. I wish he had more control over the ball so he could score goals with that speed, but I mean, you gotta take what you get. Thinking track and field might be his forte. So, all right, I'm gonna go. Otherwise, I'll sit here all day and just chat with you guys. This weekend, I'll show the other hardware, so boring, video. I have a day in the life that I recorded yesterday. And then I have, there's one more. Oh, the stuff that I bought. So, all right, you guys, you take care too, bud. I'll see you later. Bye, guys.